The first job I had out of university was selling advertising space in a small town just west of Cambridge called St Neots. Now, St Neots was overlapped by six competing publishing groups, which meant that for a town of only 9,000 people, they had 10 weekly newspapers, and I was a rep on one of them. Can you imagine being in the high street, running a business in St Neots in those days with 2, 3, 4 visits a day from sales executives from newspapers, all saying theirs was the best? Completely confusing. So I worked out two things. One is being called Rupert was a natural asset because there weren't any other Ruperts around the place. And the other one was slightly contrived, but it helped me stand out, which was to wear a bow tie. So I was Rupert with the bow tie. And do you know what? That helped me punch well above my weight in terms of sales. Even newspapers which had more reach, more coverage, lower cost per thousand for the advertising, I've got more space than they did. Now, scroll forward to 2020, and if I thought that St Neots was competitive, I look around me and everybody has the most intense competition. We shouldn't kid ourselves. We know what that's like. And yet, how are we distinctive? Too often, we fall back into a comfort zone of talking about how good our product is, how good our service is, how good value for money it is, and testimonials or awards to prove how good we are. But actually, aren't our competitors saying exactly the same thing? And doesn't it just confuse the prospects? Is it any wonder they end up trying to differentiate us by price? So there is a Sandler rule on this, and the Sandler rule is if your competitors are doing it, stop it, do something else. If they're zigging, start zagging. So in my next video post, I'm going to start exploring how we might present ourselves differently to stand out from the cacophony of competing noise and have that conversation in a meaningful way with our prospects without having to wear a bow tie and without changing your name by deed poll to Rupert.